Hello. For our final assignment, I would like to talk to you about the importance of learning curves within operational management and how to apply learning curves as an operational manager. Starting off, learning curves are a mathematical prediction, often shown on a graph in the form of a physical curve, that is able to tell operations managers the expected productivity levels of employees after they spend X amount of time producing a unit or performing a task with repetition. Generally, within operations management, you want to strive to lower your learning curve percentage as an organization, and that can be done through more advanced employee training or very clear and concise guidelines for operating, in which transparency regarding the operating process of manufacturing or producing whatever good is, to be clear and concise about the methodology behind that. And if operation managers do so, then they have an ability to lower their learning curve percentage, which increases the efficiency over time of production. To make an example, if we had an 80% learning curve, then that would basically mean that after you produce that unit the first time, you expect to get a 20% increase in efficiency of producing that unit regarding time. So, for example, if I were to spend 100 minutes making one unit of product at an 80% learning curve, the second time I make that product, it would take me only 80 minutes, because that would be a 20% increase in efficiency, or taking off 20 minutes out of the 100 for the 80% learning curve. And then so on and so on and so forth. I would just be adding 20% efficiency every time I went down the line. And I did that task again. And so that's generally the basis of what a learning curve is. And it's very important within operations management, because you're able to do forecasting of productivity if you use them properly. Forecasting of productivity comes in whenever you have an employee you've tracked and logged for X amount of time, and you can note how many times they have done the task repetitively, and you're able to track their progress alongside of a learning curve, and you're able to see where they are and where they're expected to be within a certain amount of time of performing repetitions on producing a unit. And then with that, this also gives operations managers insight into how long production will take, which is very important for operations management, because that can also that can lead over into managing inventory, which is very important for how many units that you have available versus how many units that our consumers are demanding. And so whenever hiring, you're generally looking for people who have a lower percentage learning curve, and that can bring a lower percentage learning curve to your organization. Typical learning curves function about 85% roughly. However, in areas that demand faster improvement, those curves can get up to like 80 or 70%, which is extremely fast. Was an extremely fast learning curve, but is desirable as an organization. Other talking points about learning curves is that you're also able to forecast other important things, such as how long employee training should take upon performing the unit, and you're also able to forecast their productivity within operations going forward. But yeah, that has been a talk about learning curves and how they are important within operational management. Thank you.